President, Bola Tinubu had appeared as my shorty, I would have rejected that very laughable, frivolous, ridiculous, and I dare say stupid bail condition. And I can guarantee you that at that time, Ebuka probably had just joined the police and he was a sergeant, or that is if he has not forged his age.
Using taxpayers' money to prosecute and victimize your critic, because he has criticized you, he has called you illegal. If somebody said you are an illegal IG, you would just ignore him now if you are not illegal.
Simple as
Very
that.
simple.
Section 367 of the police regulations prohibits the filing of a charge of this nature by a police officer who is using the instrument of his office as a tool of settling personal vendetta.
Guys, so I want you to turn on your seatbelt because the video I'm about to share to you is what I title B0MԲЩ in conjunction with Woto Woto. Yes. Have you ever thought of what it is to train a lawyer in school and see him perform when he comes out of school to know whether you have the value for the money you spent in training him? Then this video is obviously for you. Because in this video, you're going to be seeing the performance of Deji Adeyenji, who is SOWORE'S lawyer, who went ahead to spill out a can of worm concerning SOWORE and the IGP of police case. Now, in as much as I do not completely support some of the words SOWORE used when he was about to be stopped by policemen on airport road that went viral, I also do not believe that there is any need for the IG to sue him and arrest him. Why did I say that? I'll be giving you a full fact about it at the end of the video. But before I do that, I'd like us to listen to this word so that you can know whether it is right for Nigerian politicians to caution those who come out to criticize them.
Good leaders don't fear other people talking. They let you talk. Because when you're done, they'll have something to say. But these ones don't want you to say anything because they're liars. They don't want you to respond. They want you to just shut up and do what they say. But no.
Did you hear that? Now, the truth of the matter is that amid all this panic and tension, SOWORE was not even moved. For goodness sake, this guy has been into this issue since 1992, according to what he said. Yes, right from when he was a student union government leader in Lagos State University and all. So all those things doesn't even panic him. In fact, he's obviously a customer to the Nigerian police force. I'd like us to jump right into the words that have sparked reactions on the internet regarding to the case between SOWORE. The words he said when he came out of court yesterday.
We have just completed one leg of the arguments for today. The police came, charged me for offenses that were contrary to the police service rules 367, which says that no police officer should use the police office to carry out personal vendetta. That's pretty much how that was described. But the IG of police, the illegal IG of police, I'm repeating it here again today, is doing just that. We are here to end the charlatanism that has become Nigeria and public office and public service. So I'm following the police back to the hotel they provided for me. They call it hotel in there because tomorrow the judge will give a final ruling on bail. Even though it should never have happened that somebody of my status, a presidential candidate twice in this country, who, if elections were properly held, I'll be president today with full immunity, is being told that I will jump in for offense of cybercrime. I even have another trial coming out on February 4th for the same offense. But this is the country we found ourselves. I'm going to leave you with lawyers, very competent, radical, tireless, indefatigable lawyers to brief you with the rest. Yes, go ahead. I rejected the administrative bail of the police because I cannot, in good conscience, continue to participate in illegality. The courts have made it very clear that the police have no right to to grant administrative bill that asks for civil servants to own, first and foremost, 100 million naira houses, which is a crime. That's corruption. And to stand bail for me, who is an employer of labor. I'm a publisher of an internationally renowned news website. I have people who are hired in Nigeria and abroad. I'm not a civil servant. In fact, I'm an uncivil citizen who is against all kinds of corruption, and I've spent my entire life fighting against corruption. So to now ask me, to insult me that I should provide a level 17 director who had not, who had not gotten employment when I was fighting for democracy in 1992. To now ask the person to come and stand shorty for me is the biggest insult. Even if President Bola Tinubu had appeared as my shorty, I would have rejected that very laughable, frivolous, ridiculous, and I dare say stupid bail condition. If the court in its own wisdom decide that they want my passport in their coffers because it's a very special passport, that's a different issue. But we must continue to reject the impunity of the Nigerian police and their officers who will just invite you and then ask you to deposit your passport. I'm going to bring a level 17 civil servant. Even by the civil service rules, there is no level 17 officer. Because a level 17 officer in the civil service is a permanent secretary who is politically appointed by the president. So you expect such a person to come and stand shorty for Sowore. I'm not being arrogant and I'm not bragging. But, you know, in 1992, when I was a student leader, Tinubu was a senator. And I was more powerful than him in the Nigerian society. So how dare them ask me? And I can guarantee you that at that time, Ebuka probably had just joined the police and he was a sergeant, or that is if he has not forged his age.
The whole idea, just like I've said, is that the police have better things doing with their time. They should be in Sokoto, Zamfara, Kebbi, tackling the Lakurawa terrorist group who are killing our military. You know, instead of all these shenanigans, and bedbox chasing, and it's unnecessary. What we are currently witnessing in Nigeria is completely unnecessary. You know, I'm urging the Nigerian police to stop abusing his power, his office. What he's doing is abuse of power, abuse of office, simpliciter. There's no any other name for it.
Sowore was charged in 2019 with trumped up charges for treason in this country. For over 3 years, he stood the rigors of a full trial until he was acquitted by the AGF, who found merit in the fact that the charges were trumped up and should never have been in the first place. If a man could stand trial for an offense whose result or conviction in is a likely death sentence or life imprisonment, what is the instant charge that he will not stand trial for? Where we all know that the instant charge is both aberrational, illegal, and an attempt to persecute a Nigerian for speaking truth to power. There is a 16-count charge filed against Mr. Sowore in court today, all centered on his challenge on the illegal occupation of the office of the IG by the present occupants. Section 367 of the police regulations prohibits the filing of a charge of this nature by a police officer who is using the instrument of his office as a tool of settling personal vendetta. The said section 367 of the police regulations prohibits the IG from using his office. This is an abuse of prosecutorial powers by the police. This charge, we repeat, should never have been in the first place. And this charge must be withdrawn by the AGF. We will ensure that we raise the appropriate petitions to the office of the AGF. Section 174 of the Constitution vests in the AGF the power to prosecute and undertake all criminal prosecutions in the country in the AGF. This is a clear abuse of such powers, and the police has no right or reason to file this charge in court. We have no doubt, we have full confidence that we are ready to go through the rigors of the instant charge, because we know that in the long run it will go like the ones before them. It's all charade, it's all a facade, and it should never have been in the first place.
Wow. This is what I call my learned colleague. Very dogged, very informed, and very bold. Indeed, this is why they say knowledge is power. Yes, I was thinking, what is it about Nigerian politicians not understand that they are supposed to be servants to the people? Recall that in the good book some time ago, when some of the disciples of Jesus Christ went to him and said, Master, because they were obviously arguing within themselves, and they went to him and said, Master, which of us is going to be the greatest? Guess what he answered them? He said, he who wishes to be the greatest must find a way to serve the many. That tells you that anybody that is opportuned to find himself in power is actually supposed to be the servants of the people. But ironically, Nigerian politicians and those who find themselves in power think the opposite. Because if truly you're the servant of the people, why should a servant complain when his master, who is supposed to be the people, goes ahead to criticize or caution some of his actions? That's exactly what's happening in Nigeria. I was also thinking aloud that, excluding President Tinubu's cronies, some of his allies and his aides who go ahead to sue people who speak against them, President Tinubu directly does not do all that. Even though a lot of people believe that he's not media friendly, I was thinking that he does not do it directly. Or is it that he tries to do it through most of his policies? Somebody was laughing about it the other day, that President Bola Tinubu, if Aisha Yesufu comes out, it was just a joke though, if Aisha Yesufu comes out and say he's an illegitimate president, we'll just say, increase price of petroleum products. When Kenneth Okonkwo come out and say, President Bola Tinubu was not voted right, we'll say, increase electricity bill. When maybe Mayele Sowore comes out and say anything, say, increase price of tariff. He just keeps increasing it by his policy. That was by the side. But the truth of the matter is that Nigerian politicians do not get ready for power. Take a look at what is happening in America today. Donald Trump took over power, and in a few days, you can see dogged policies that is advantageous to the people that voted into power. And that tells you that Donald Trump was ready to take over power. Donald Trump had policies that he wanted to put on ground to ensure that there's going to be drastic change. For goodness sake, Nigerian politicians get into office without even planning on what they are going to be doing. So it's for them, it's like an accident. It's like a surprise. They're going to tell you, give me time, give me time. And like I was saying to somebody the other day, I said they've been asking for time, but on May 29th of this year, you will find out that Nigerian politicians have spent 2 years in office. And I can bet you that before it gets to December or May 29th next year to make them 3 years, all we're going to be talking about is politics. And before you know what's happening, their tenure is going to be over. When will they now give the people the dividend of democracy? I'd love you to do well to drop your own thoughts in the comment section and share this video. You see, when we share such insightful information, we like it to get viral because I know that obviously this is a very educative and insightful. We want it to get viral so that people can get to understand the nitty-gritty surrounding the political system and those who are there allegedly intimidating. Do well to also touch the like button so that this video can be recommended. It doesn't cost anything, so that more people can get to see it. Also do well to smash the red button written subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can be duly informed when we put out more informative content like this. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses and this is Think Tank TV. See you on our next video. Bye for now.